Reality existed in South Africa during the course of the elections. As you know, that the political tectonic plates have shifted in South Africa with the conclusion of a very important election for South Africa, but also a very key element around the electoral process will have to be the observation of how the processes are conducted. So let's hear now from Nouvelle Perspective, one of the electoral observation mission that was here in South Africa. Joining us now is, of course, Mr. Hev. Come on. So once again, sir, thank you so much for your time. You spoke about, obviously, a very peaceful environment where the elections were held in South Africa. But what are some of the key findings that you discovered?
In fact, we've discovered that the election was peaceful in many areas. As no human work is perfect. So there are some places where they have we have some slight disorder, but the place that they have slight disorder cannot remove the credibility of the general election and about what we noticed.
Now, also the issue of tolerance. Obviously, everyone is waiting with bated breath to see this coalition government that will be formed. What would you say to the political actors? I mean, in some cases, there are those who are not quite happy with the results. Any just impassionate plea in this regard?
But you know, everybody will not always be happy about the result of election. That is a single truth, because everybody that will go to police station will like his candidate to win the election. So if your candidate did not win the election this year, be patient. Maybe next year next time will be the best. So what we can always say to South Africans is that let them continue to be patient and accept who will be their president. And if it is not their candidate that has been want to be the president, let them prepare well for the next coming elections.
And maybe just before I let you go, sir, you mentioned something very important. More often than not, in quite a number of countries in sub-Saharan Africa, we always see the post-election violence where at times the bloodshed. So you're saying that should not be the case?
In fact, one of our motto of Nouvelle Perspective is that no more bloodshed in Africa after elections, because we have discovered that what the single thing that tier countries in sub-Saharan Africans countries is elections. They use elections. After that, there's bloodshed. And one of our cry, we took it as our motto, that no more bloodshed in Africa after elections.
And what did you make of some of the criticism, for example, from AU and SADC and others who said the issue of gender parity, more women should be considered, where South Africa should look at a new framework to make sure that more female candidates are there, but also an issue around the voter management devices, where we saw the long queues because some of those devices were not functional.
Yeah. In fact, we are looking into the gender problem. So we just encourage South Africa to bring more ladies in the process. And concerning the queue, we have noticed in our report, we propose to IEC to put many voting stations, because we went in many voting stations where there were like thousands of people that have to vote, but there were only one voting station. So we advise IEC to put like 5, 10, even 20 polling stations for people to just come and vote fast and leave.
All right. Merci. Thank you so much indeed for your time, sir. Of course, there's a perspective from Nouvelle Perspective. Of course, we're part of this process here in South Africa, but really just by and large emphasizing that these elections were credible, fair, and also very transparent. Khayelihle, Khumalo, SABC News, Pretoria.